Hello, everybody. If you haven't heard, on October 22nd, 2024, Lil Watermark, also known as Ian, passed away. He was a great friend of mine and of many other people in the scene. He was a great musician, and we will be holding a minute of silence for Lil Watermark before we begin the episode. Please keep him and his family in your thoughts and in your prayers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome, all the losers, freaks, and social outcasts, to yet another episode of the E-CEL podcast, your source for all things e-punk and Incelcore. I'm your host, Ofigs, and I thank you for tuning in. If you guys want to support the podcast, go to our merch store. If you want to donate, you got to buy the special gold poster. You got to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Twitter. Check out our Rumble channel for clips that we have to cut out from this, and also check out our clips channel sections on YouTube for short little bite-sized pieces of the best parts of the podcast. And also, obviously, you guys got to join the E-CEL Discord server. Invite link to that and links to everything else will be in the description below. I just want to remind everybody that we are doing Twitter Spaces between interviews. So every other Friday between interviews, we'll be going on a Twitter Space to just sort of hang out, chill, talk about maybe new releases or have some casual chats about what's going on in the scene, stuff like that. We do not record those, so you have to attend them when they come out. We always make the announcement in the Discord server, so join that if you want to be a part of those. But anyways, let me get my co-host in here to sort of share the burden. I am glad to welcome back to the podcast one of our first interviewees on the podcast. He is an old head who's been around for forever, has great musical knowledge with production, with some of the best quality in the scene. He was one of the participants in the E-CEL Motel competition, and me and him recently collabed to make a great song out on his profile now. Everybody should go check it out. Please welcome Nation of No One. Welcome back to the podcast, man. How we doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Figs. Glad to be back. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for being on, dude. It's always great to have a past interviewee join on this side of the interview,
Yeah, especially since I haven't really helped much when I said I was going to, so I figure it's a time to finally, do my part.
Well, it's whatever. It's all volunteer work, so I never blame anybody if they can't find the time to do anything. It's totally understandable. And I totally appreciate you coming on here. I know it was a little last minute. I just got back from that trip, which really threw me off schedule. But, it's whatever. It's how it goes. We're all going to struggle through it. This is all volunteer work. I want everybody to remember, because I do not make enough money off merch for it to count as being paid. So
Yep, we all just do this because we're enthusiastic about the music.
Exactly. I'm glad that you can understand that. But there's a lot of people out there who don't. You give and you give and you give, and they'll only ask for more. They never say, thank you, Ofigs. Thank you for doing this. It's like, no, we need a Minecraft server. We need a Twitter space. We need this. We need that.
It's never ending.
Tell me about it. But anyways, enough complaining. I'm going to jump into the news here with you. We got to talk about this guy, one of the biggest Incelcore re-uploaders to YouTube. it kind of sucks because Incelcore re-uploaders, they're known as the guys who really like put the scene out there. They really get it on the YouTube algorithm, which is where a lot of people discover the scene from. And this guy is named Chudmaxxed. He's been around for forever. He's been around for quite a while. And he had a pretty good sized following on YouTube, but he's had his channel deleted a few different times for a few different reasons. And just recently, he came out and deleted his own Discord server and said this in his Discord server before it was deleted, I believe, or maybe he said this in E-CEL, I'm not sure, but he said this: "The Chudmaxxed project is over. I've been contemplating quitting for a while now, but now it's official." So it seems like Chudmaxxed, one of our biggest re-uploaders, is bowing out from the scene, I guess. He says he'll still upload if he feels like it, but it's no longer going to be a concerted effort on his part. His server also, it was called Autism Central. It was one of the biggest Incelcore servers in terms of user base. It had, I think, nearly 300 users. So seeing that go is also quite a loss.
Yeah, and the chat in there was pretty active.
It really was. I mean, it definitely had a different culture about it than any others.
Yeah.
For people who aren't super tapped in, I would say that it was Autism Central, Wiz City, and now E-CEL that are like the big, quote unquote, big three of the Discord servers for this scene.
Yeah.
So with Autism Central dissipating, that it kind of consolidates power, I guess, between E-CEL and Wiz City. So it's kind of a big loss. But
indeed.
They had I don't know how much time you spent in their nation, but they definitely had a very particular culture in Autism Central.
I will say that when it comes to my Discord usage, I'm pretty like hands off. I don't participate in chats too often. I will note if something is kind of active. So I didn't pay too much attention to Chudmaxxed culture, but as far as his impact on the community, it was very undeniable. The people who archive the music also do, they just do a lot to keep the music alive, especially when there's issues with censorship that these artists might face, or like other reasons may cause them to delete their songs. People like that will like save those songs and preserve the music and the identity. So it's a real shame when people like that kind of like have to step away from it all. But I also respect Chudmaxxed's decisions to do so.
True. I mean, it can't be easy. I mean, just a second ago, I was bitching about not getting thanked for my my work, but the re-uploaders, they really do the thankless work. They really are the ones who are not seeing any true return on their actions. They literally do it just because they love the scene, and I have nothing but respect for those guys. Chudmaxxed especially, he's a great dude.
Me too.
So it sucks to see him leave like this, but when you're doing stuff like that for free, I can't really blame you.
Yeah.
Our only other piece of news that I want to talk about before we get into this much anticipated interview is about Belowground. He's made for a while there, he ghosted everybody on all the Discord servers. He left a few Discord servers. He left his own Discord server. Just sort of disappeared, went quiet, went dark, and nobody knew what had happened to him. He'd done this a few times in the past, so nobody was really worried, but he made a return recently. He announced that Terrorist, his much anticipated album that he's been talking about developing for, I want to say maybe even a little over a year at this point.
Yeah, I'd say about a year and a half.
Oh, really? Yeah. So you've been hearing this being in development for a while too.
Well, I was in Belowground's Discord server before the Basement tapes took off, and a lot of the original like conversations that would lead to the Basement tapes and the Discord server following started in Belowground's Discord server. And I remember him mentioning that the album he was going to be dropping was going to be called Terrorist, and other people in the Discord talking about it. Prior to the news about it, though, he compiled a bunch of tracks together that I thought was going to be like his newer album, which was like I Don't Want to Be Around or something like that. I know you can still find it on YouTube, but he did end up deleting all the tracks off of that from his SoundCloud as well.
Gotcha.
I don't know why though.
Yeah, he's a very mysterious figure. I mean, he will leave and he will delete his music all the time. I'd love to get him on an interview at some point, but who knows at this stage. But very interesting guy. But this terrorist album that he's been talking about releasing, he has said officially that it is finished and that he will be releasing it. This is what he said in his Discord server. It's a public Discord server, so I'm not leaking anything here. This is where he said it. He said, I'm working on another thing with other people, and he will release Terrorist to SoundCloud after that. It won't be available anywhere else because that shit is going to get banned everywhere for sure, is what he said. That's his own words.
Could always try Bandcamp.
Yeah, he should try Bandcamp, but...
Oh, wait, no, actually, no, I forgot. I think he's banned from PayPal, and that's why he can't use Bandcamp.
Oh
Ain't that a bitch?
Jeez. I mean, of all the people in the scene, I'd say Belowground definitely makes some of the edgiest stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. By far. But so I guess if you guys want to catch Belowground's new album, Terrorist, you got to be sub to him on SoundCloud and be closely watching that because SoundCloud's a German-owned company. They will ban things, if it's edgy enough. So, and he's had his stuff taken down before as well. I'm surprised he put it on SoundCloud of all things. Spotify, I thought, was the one that's like really off hands, or hands off when it comes to deleting things.
Yeah, I mean, like, you would think it would have a harder time on SoundCloud. I don't know what that decision is about, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I guess it's because maybe it's got something to do with the fact that SoundCloud's got you just upload it yourself and then forget about it. It takes no investment, maybe, is why. But
he's also in Europe too, so there might be other distribution issues that we as Americans aren't taking into consideration that could be posing a barrier for him to release his music.
True. Yeah, very true. I know for certain that I'm going to be looking forward to this album. I mean, a year and a half in the making, it better make double platinum if it's, got all this hype behind it.
Better do better than the Love I Lost.
Yeah.
For
hey,
real.
It just might. Who knows? I guess
you
we'll
never
see.
know.
We'll stay tuned with that. But apart from that, I can't really think of any other news to cover unless Nation, have you heard of anything in the scene? I've been on vacation, so I haven't been tapped in for the whole past week.
I haven't been really tapped in lately either, to be honest. Yeah. I know there's going to be a lot, if it hasn't already happened yet, there's going to be that Steak Fried tribute happening, but that's about it.
Oh, you mean the Steakfest, the upcoming live show? Yes, that will be cool. Yeah, November 23rd. Everybody in New York, remember that. But that's still in the future. We're doing all of our shilling. Everybody's gonna be there. It's gonna be great.
Are you gonna go?
Oh yeah, I'm 100% going. I already have my flight scheduled, so I'm gonna do I might be doing a live stream. You gotta go. You gotta go see it. But I might be doing a live stream. I don't know.
Yeah, it should make a little documentary or something.
Yeah, there will definitely be some sort of vlog, I believe. There's even been talks of another big vlogger making it out there. I can't say exactly who, I don't think, but there have been some pretty impressively sized people. Not girth-wise, I mean follower-wise.
Yeah.
Who have been extended invitations, and they may be arriving. Some people who are not necessarily in the scene, but some very big figures. Stay tuned, for that. You should show up to Steakfest. It's going to be a big event.
I'd go if I could, but yeah, either way, sounds like...
Aren't you nearby? Why can't you go?
No, I live in Ohio, but, it's not...
It's not terribly far.
True.
I just drove 20 hours to LA to see Heartbreaker.
Yeah, I know. But so right now my work is not going to let me go, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
fair enough. That's the thing with us older guys. We got to worry about stuff like work, while these younger guys, they don't got any care in the world.
I know, right?
Dude, it sucks getting old.
Yeah, turning 30 this year.
Oh, damn. This year? Do you mean 2025 or...
No,
December?
This fucking year, next month.
Bro, what?
Yep. So I'm not gonna be dead by 30. I made it. I made it to the mark. So
that's great. Well, knock on wood, right?
Right.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, man. That's quite the milestone.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna get the man of the hour in here, Cameron Phlodge. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce him, and we'll get this show on the road. I am proud to introduce a legend of the scene, the genius creator of Incelcore classics like Dalepilled and Monte Carlo. He's been around since the MSG days and has recently made a return with his newest releases, Hey Lee and Strophic, and will imminently be releasing a much anticipated EP with some great songs on it. Please welcome the biggest guy we've had on the podcast so far, literally and figuratively, Cameron Phlodge.
Way back in North Carolina, way up in the hills, lived my old pappy and he had him still. He drank white lightning till the sun went down, and then he poured him a jug and he passed it around. Mighty, mighty pleasing, pappy's corn squeezing. White lightning. Well, the G-Man, T-Man, revenuers too, looking for the place where he made his brew. They were looking, trying to book him, but my pappy kept on booking. White lightning. There you go. Hey, what's up?
Nice,
Hello.
dude.
That was quite an entrance. Hell yeah.
No kidding.
And
That's
that
awesome.
came through very clear, too.
I'm glad to be here with Alan Freed. I hope I get to play the Tammy show.
No, it's great to have you on, man. So obviously, I mean, that's a country song you just played, but your EP that you're coming out with that you're here to promote. Do you want to? I was just gonna lead off and just have you talk a little bit about that, sort of like your inspiration behind the songs on it, sort of maybe your favorite. I don't know if you want to, how it's going to be different than Wilbur, because I believe that you've said that it is related to that last album that you released a few months ago. If you'd care to talk about any of that at all.
Also, what's the name of it?
Yeah, the name is Wanker, and the names are similar because it's kind of like a Siamese twin to Wilbur. What's that, like when you got like when like the fetuses, the sperm cells fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
And
like,
you got like
together.
this kind of little weird Siamese twin hanging off you. That's kind of what it is to Wilbur, and it's I don't know. It's just about the fallout after that album in my personal life.
Okay. What do you mean by the fallout?
Just reactions people that I wrote those songs about had, and also just things that happened. I mean, I cut my hair. I wrote a song about cutting my hair. I had this gay friend that plays football. He spazzed out on me for having more Spotify listeners than him, so I wrote a song about that.
Nice.
I wrote a song about what my ex thought of Wilbur, so I mean that's just it. It's just the fallout, you know.
Gotcha. And obviously Wilbur was all about around somebody named Rachel. I'm guessing that's your ex.
Yeah, but I mean her name wasn't Rachel. I just got that from the Bible, and
Gotcha.
it just came from like Tyler the Creator. If you listen to his early albums, there's this character named Sarah. That's kind of what the whole Wilbur thing was. It was just ripping him off, just like having like a character, but it didn't really work out because nobody cares. So I guess I'm not Wilbur anymore. I'm Wanker now. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. I was going to ask your album, you know, I'm not a huge music guy, but it seems to have a much more professional sound than a lot of your stuff has previously. It's a lot like more clean. There's no distortion or anything on it. I was wondering if you wanted to talk at all about, obviously your breakout hit was Dalepilled with everybody covering it on the scene. Do you care to explain at all how your music has evolved since Dalepilled came out, and maybe if you think that you've gotten better or worse, or just any, if you have like new inspirations for your music?
Well, I mean, I think I've gotten better, but Incelcore don't seem. I think they're still obsessed with a song I made when I was 16.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still covers of that coming out to this day for sure, but
I relate a lot to Alex Chilton. Do you know who Alex Chilton is? Anybody?
I can't say I've heard the name.
Nation, do you know who Alex Chilton is?
Who? Alex Jones?
Alex Chilton.
No, sorry.
Well, Alex Chilton, when he was 16, he recorded this song called "The Letter" with a band called the Box Tops, and it was a huge hit. And you know, then he tried for many years to do other things, but everybody just kept talking about "The Letter." And that's how I feel about Dalepilled. I feel like Alex Chilton. It's like no matter what I do, everybody just wants to talk about Dalepilled. So.
Sure. I mean, I've heard of your other songs that I really like are like Hunting Season. Was that one the Winchester song?
Winchester.
Yeah.
I really liked I Decay. That was a good one.
IDK, yeah, I like that song. It's one of my few songs I like.
I played that one at work today and was singing it along the way home.
Oh, really? Yeah, I like that song. It's in a minor key in the verses, then it's in a major key in the chorus.
Right on. Yeah, I was more like singing the hook. I didn't remember the verses too well, but if there was like a song that I would have liked to have learned to play of your newer stuff, that was definitely one of them. That was a really good song.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that song. I like that song.
So you said before that you don't like a lot of your own music, except for apparently this one here. Could you explain like why? Like, is it just because it was your early stuff, you didn't really know what you were doing, or what's your opinion on it?
I just think a lot of the stuff people obsess over is shit. I mean, it was just music I made when I was 16, and everybody's still obsessed with it. I'm 20 now, you know, there's like 4 years of experience, 4 years of a difference, 4-year time gap, and I don't know, everybody's just still obsessed with Dalepilled and Bill Elliott. I mean, move on. But that's a problem in Incelcore. A lot of people are obsessed with the summer of 2020. I mean, I don't look back on the past. I just move on. I'm always in the present.
Sure. And sort of speaking about this, when you went on this other interview podcast, it was called Trad Tards, which you're welcome for getting you on that, by the way. The whole E-CEL Discord band together to get you on there, rating their comment section and all that.
Well, I mean, hey, it has more views than they have subscribers, so I must have been a pretty good guest.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was definitely an interesting meeting of the minds.
Yeah.
Because I remember you said you were kind of like trolling people in that kind of like community. You called them like trad LARPers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, on there, I listened to the interview, and you had also expressed a hatred for Incelcore fans, but specifically, you singled out the new gens, so people who are new to the scene. Would you care to go into that a little more? Like, do you think that the fans are different now than from 2020?
Well, the new gens, they're all like 12 years old, and they think they're like a black-pilled incel because because like some girl didn't sit next to them in 7th grade science class or something. And I just think they're stupid. They like shitty music. They should kill themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
They need a good slap to the face to try and get some sense in them or something.
Exactly. Yeah, you shouldn't glorify like the whole incel thing or whatever. Just be a normal person, I guess.
Just be a genuine person.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, do you think maybe some of them could be being genuine about being an incel? It's just like what they latch on to, maybe?
Well, they're not, because they're all like 12. I mean, look at Gingy Boy. He's like he's in middle school and he's LARPing as an incel.
Yeah. No.
Well, then naturally I have to ask, why are you in Incelcore if you like, hate the followers of it? If you hate the fans, you've expressed before you don't like the music.
It's kind of like if you were born in India, but you were like kind of smart enough to realize all the Indian people are stupid, but you're like, well, I mean, this is my group, I guess I'll put up with it. So I mean, you eat the cow shit like the rest of them,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, there is mobility though between scenes, or do you just feel like you're content staying here?
Mobility, is that a fat joke, like a mobility scooter? Like, are you trying to make a little fat joke right
That's
there?
not what I was thinking at all.
No, I don't think so.
But I was just going to say, like, I mean, you've expressed you have a love for music. Why wouldn't you try to move into like a different music scene, one that you might enjoy more?
I don't know. I mean, I never have, but I mean, I just like writing songs, and this is the community where I feel I can be myself. Everywhere else, they're worried about like being leftist and posting about like voting for Joe
Biden or Kamala Harris or something. November 5th, kids, go out and vote. Wink, wink.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like punk rock music or even just alternative music in general. It's mostly lefties.
Well, just music in general. I mean, even like pop musicians, I don't know. I mean, you have to have a certain point of view, and
Yeah.
I just wasn't raised like that, I guess. I don't know.
I gotcha. Well, do you think like the scene will improve at all as time goes on, or do you think it'll only degrade as it has since 2020?
Hey, who knows, man? It's all in God's cards, you know? I mean, whatever.
All right, for sure. Do you still identify like with Incelcore? Like, would you ever use do you use the tag on your music?
I mean, not on Spotify, which is where I only upload my music now, but yeah, I mean, I still identify with Incelcore. I mean, I was there. I mean, this is gonna make a lot of r/e punk people. Which that subreddit was banned. Let's go, hey!
Yeah, let's just memory hole that shit.
banned,
Pretend it
but
never
this,
existed.
This comment is gonna make a lot of r/e punk people mad. But I am a very important figure in Incelcore. No matter what you think, a lot of your favorite artists started because of me. So you can shove that right up your asshole. But no, I still identify as Incelcore.
And it's like I said last night, in my ever so humble opinion, I think you are the king of Incelcore, way more so than Fried by Fluoride ever could be.
That's negative XP. No, that's negative XP.
Well, I'm just saying
XP
Fried's the one who claimed that title. If anybody deserves it, I think you ought to have it. Because, I mean, Shooter doesn't want it himself, but...
No, it's negative XP. Negative XP is the king. He'll always be the king. I don't care about numbers or anything. He'll always be the king. Negative XP is the king.
The reluctant king. He's patient zero with this.
Exactly. I love Negative XP, and he's the reason I know how to write songs.
Why is that? You attribute that to him? Did he like teach you or something?
Yeah, tell us about Negative XP's influence on your music and on broader music in general online. I think you would have some good insight to that.
Well, I mean, I just got into the guy when I was like 15, and I watch his streams and he talk about writing songs, and that's just pretty much the seed for me. I don't know. I mean, the guy's important. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the numbers say. The guy's the most important musician in my life. And I love Negative XP, and I hope he's having a good life right now.
I hope so as well.
So that's how you got started in the scene, is with like watching his streams, and then that's where you learned how to make music?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. And was that back in 2019 or 2020 after Scott Pilgrim?
Like somewhere between there. Well, I mean, Scott Pilgrim was out in like 2018, I believe. I found the song in 2019. I just didn't try to start making music until 2020.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, interesting. So I know that you and Popkill had a somewhat close relationship with Shooter. At least you guys were friendlier with him than most people were. Was that how you got on MSG? I know you're on Volume 4 with Dalepilled and Bill Elliott.
Well, I don't know what it was. Shooter thought, when I was 16, all the way back in the Dalepilled day, Shooter thought I was a very great songwriter. He'd always tell me he thought I was a great songwriter and I had a lot of potential. And I mean, he covered 3 songs I wrote. He covered Dalepilled, Monte Carlo, and Hunting Season. And I always got on good with the guy, and I think he's a great guy. I mean, back when I was making those shitty phone recording songs like Dalepilled and Monte Carlo and Bill Elliott, Shooter sent me a DM on Twitter. He was offering to buy me a PC to record music on.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
He really liked me as a songwriter, I guess. And everybody shits on the guy, but I think he's the king no matter what. I think he's great. I love the guy. I mean, I hope he's living the best life ever right now.
Sure.
I wouldn't be here without the guy.
In a lot of ways, none of us would be.
You said that you identify with Incelcore. Do you have any opinions on when he rebranded with E-Punk and sort of distanced himself from Incelcore?
Well, I just identify as Incelcore because that's the old school, and I am old school. I'm an old school artist in this scene, but I also understand his reasons for switching to the term e-punk because a lot of the drama in the live scene, and I don't want to name people because I don't want them to feel they're important, but I understand why a lot of things he talked to me about. I understand. You know, I understand why he wanted to change the name and distance himself, but for me personally, Incelcore will always be the title of at least Camouflage. So.
Got it. And then the last question I have in regards to Shooter is your opinion on when he copyright struck like Up to the Wolves and the covers of his own songs.
I understand the covers because if you're uploading a cover of a song to Spotify and you're making money off it, off a song some guy wrote, then yeah, it should be taken down.
Really?
Yeah, Fry could have at the very least asked Shooter, and he had multiple opportunities to do so.
Well, not even just him. There's other people, but
that's the main one that comes to mind.
I'm trying to be a more godly man, so I'm not going to gossip. But if somebody's uploading a song that you wrote onto Spotify and making money off it, I don't care if they make a penny off it. I mean, that penny should go to you. So, yeah, I mean, and the music video thing, I hate music videos. I think they're stupid. I think they're retarded. I think if you need a visual to enjoy an artist, you're a very dumb person. And I don't even think you deserve to listen to music because you don't love it.
Okay.
You shouldn't be allowed to listen to music if you watch music videos.
Exactly.
You're gonna make that a title for a song.
Do you so does this mean that you're going to imminently be copyright striking all the Dalepilled covers?
No, because I mean they don't make much money. That kind of goes back to the Alex Chilton thing. I wrote the song a lot of people cared about, but it never made me a damn dime. So everybody acts like, oh, you should be proud of Dalepilled. Why? Why? It didn't make me a damn dime. I'm making more money off IDK and Winchester and Haley. Haley did pretty well. Yeah, I don't know. Dalepilled, it's just like, that's like asking someone what kind of porn they jerked off to when they were 16. Are you not proud of that? Are you not proud you jerked off to that video on Pornhub? Why would I be? It didn't do anything for me.
All right, gotcha. I also wanted to ask then, you've been missing in action from the scene for a few years. I believe it was since like 2022. You kept a very low profile. You didn't really interact. 2021. And you didn't really interact with the scene.
But I was never gone. I was always in the background. I wrote a song for Chudmaxxed. I was helping Popkill write songs. I was never gone. Just because I'm not in your Discord servers and interacting, it doesn't mean I mean, I don't know. I'm just a behind the scenes kind of guy.
Sure. Well, was there a reason for you going behind the scenes?
No, I just got bored with the whole drama thing, I guess. I mean...
Got it.
Late 2020, early 2021, it was just all drama, and you really had to be there to understand the whole bedroom punk, Incelcore war thing, and I just got tired of it. I was just about... I mean, I know that sounds like cliche funny, but just about the music, man. That's all I'm about.
No, I don't even think it's cliche, though, and I 100% agree with you. I think a lot of people got caught up in the ego tripping and parasocial aspects of liking artists online, because a lot of these people would interact directly with their fans and take like something bad that happened to said artist on a personal level for them, and then next thing you know, they feel like they need to lash out, and it was all just dumb and bullshit, you know?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
So then what made you rejoin like publicly? Like now you're in the E-CEL Discord server and you post there pretty frequently. What made you want to get involved with the scene again, like more actively?
I just felt like doing it, I guess. And I still feel like doing it to this day.
Okay. Well, cool. Do you have an opinion on how the scene has changed since you took since you stepped back into the background versus how it is now?
No, not really. The fans are still as gay as they always were. There's just more of them now.
All right.
A lot of people say I fell off, but honestly, I'm doing the best I ever have right now because, you could talk about Dalepilled, but I don't know. I mean, I have more listeners on Spotify than I ever did on SoundCloud. I don't really think I fell off.
In terms of musical production, like, you're stellar as can be for, like, the amount of progress you could have made in a short amount of time,
I mean, that's totally thanks to Popkill. He's very great. I mean, I'm musically illiterate. I don't know anything about music. So
I mean, you know the basic guitar chords and stuff, and that's enough to get by,
I'm glad I have my friend Popkill. He's a very good friend to help me.
Well, I was actually just about to ask about Popkill. You're both known as like being great friends. You guys collab all the time. You've constantly credited him for doing the mixing and the lead guitars for a lot of your songs, even for Wilbur, your recent album. How did you guys how did this friendship come about? Like, how did you guys start collabing so much?
I'm not sure. It was just kind of a chance thing. Hold on, I'm lighting a cigarette. It was just a chance thing. He posted a cover of Dalepilled on Spotify back in 2020, and for some reason I liked it, and I sent him a DM. I said, "Hey, let's talk to me on Discord," and he sent me his Discord, and about it.
Gotcha. Well, interesting. And obviously he thinks you're good at songwriting because you've written a lot of songs for him, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's helped me. He's written them with me. Write the song with him. But yeah, I've helped him write a lot of his songs. Not so much recently, but a lot of people will say on Twitter, they'll say Phlodge doesn't matter, and then you'll see in their playlist they have a song Phlodge helped Popkill write.
Well, a lot of people, because you're like sort of in the background, a lot of casual fans of the scene don't realize like the, I guess the level of impact that you've had with it, right? Like you have written songs for a lot of people such as Popkill and Chudmaxxed. And speaking of which, I was wanting to ask about the project Camo Hoodlums, which I believe you were a part of. Did you care to talk about how that got started and whether it's still going, of course?
So Camo Hoodlums, it's just me, Popkill, and the two guys from Chudmaxxed, and Chudmaxxed ended a while ago. It's not over. I mean, when I uploaded Wanker, I put Camo Hoodlum Records on the record label, quote unquote. No, I was just drunk one night. I know what you're about to ask about. I was just drunk one night, and that story I posted, I was just like, whatever. And I don't know. I struggle a lot with Incelcore because it feels like a lot of the people in it don't care about actual music. A lot of the fans, I'll say, a lot of the artists, they do. I've talked to them in the E-CEL server, and I've learned these people are like me. They like music. But the fans, they don't care about it.
Yeah, they just want to look edgy for the sake of aesthetic or something stupid like that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it was just me, Popkill, and Chudmaxxed, and the song you were talking about you liked earlier, Hunting Season, I wrote that for Chudmaxxed when I was 17, I think, and I sent the Chudmaxxed recording to Shooter, and he said he loved the song, so he recorded it, and so there's a NegativeXP version of that song too, if you didn't know, kids.
Well, very cool. And then another aspect of your influence is on our previous interview on this channel when we had a promo for the never released Farmyard comp album. Fried by Fluoride had said that it was your leaving the other never released comp album, Dropout Boys, that actually caused it to dissolve and fall apart.
All right. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to give you a 15-minute spiel on Cameron Phlodge 2020 drama. And no comments. You can giggle if I say something funny. No comments. And then after that, I'm done with it, okay? How about that? Is that okay? Is that fair?
Hey, it sounds fair to me.
All right. 2019, I hear the NegativeXP song, Scott Pilgrim, you know the rest of the title. 2020, I start up my Cameron Phlodge stuff, and it was July 4th of 2020. I remember. I started it on that day, so I would remember. It's a holiday. And eventually get into the Discords. At first, I'm kind of seen as like a joke, because if you listen to the early Cameron Phlodge stuff, it was just me with this little crappy drum machine I had and my guitar and amp and vocals all recorded into one track, and I'm seen as like a joke around the scene. Well, I make this I get this shitty mixing little app called Walkvan, and I make Dalepilled. Dalepilled comes out, and everybody, I'm not going to say loves it, because I don't want to sound like I'm jerking myself off. Everybody likes it. Everybody covers it. Everybody covers Dalepilled. Things are good for a little bit. I come out with Monte Carlo, come out with Bill Elliott. Sometime around there, Shooter covers Dalepilled. It gets even bigger. Shooter asked me to be on MSG4. Shooter's telling me how great of a songwriter I am. Whatever. Which I don't really think that was deserved for those songs, because those songs aren't great. But Shooter telling me all this stuff. And I'm friends with Fried, Neat, Dumb as Rocks, who I still talk to on occasion. I love you, Murky. You're a great guy. 13th Century Cowboy, Crust Socks, and I think that's about it. Slater. Slater. Friends with all those guys. I talk to them on Discord every day. I'm 16.
Yeah.
I talk to these guys every day, and so that's how it is for a while. And then one day my phone breaks. And I was gone for about a week. I didn't have a laptop or computer or nothing, so I was just gone for a week. Get a new phone, come back on. Everybody's telling me there's this kid while you were gone. He's copying your style. Look, that's how influential I am. It takes a week, somebody's fucking copying my style. So Neat, Fried, all of them, they're telling me, hey, there's this kid. He's begging me for you to talk to him. This kid's named Owen Adamsick. And I talked to the kid. He looks up to me. He tells me how great I am. He tells me I'm the greatest artist ever. He says he wished he could be like me. And I think he still feels that way. You know, he's just really sucking up to me. I mean, he's just in love with me. I think he's gay, kind of, just how much he loves me. But anyways, this kid's ripping off my style. And I'm like, okay, hey, yeah, whatever. And around this time, the bedroom punk Incelcore wars are going on. So one night I make a tweet at With Love Mom. I say, With Love Mom, you're and he didn't like that very much. So he makes a song called Free Rent. And it was kind of a response track to me and Fried's song Rent Free. You know, I'm sure everybody knows it. And, well, who's on that song but the kid that was copying my style trying to be me? Owen Adamsick. And about not even 5 minutes after that song drops, I get Owen in my Discord DMs telling me about how he wants to be my friend. He only did the song for clout. He's sorry. So I just tell him, you know, I hope your mom dies. And then I don't talk to him anymore. And then time goes on a little bit. And before that, I met Popkill, you know. And me and Popkill were getting along great, you know. He's a great guy. I love talking to him. And Fried and Neat start acting weird that I'm talking to Popkill so much. So while this is happening, Slater, this guy that's supposed to be my friend, I'm in this group with him called Dropout Boys. Slater, he does a collab with Owen, the guy that just did a diss track on me. So I say, well, I'm not going to do this anymore because you guys are collabing with people that are ops to me. And, you know, if it's going to be one for all for one, no, I mean, I'm just leaving.
Right.
So I stopped talking to all those people. They get mad that I'm talking to Popkill for some reason because, I don't know. I mean, you're 16. I mean, what 16-year-old doesn't make friends with a bunch of different people after a couple months? I mean, am I right? It's like criticizing for someone about the friends they had in high school. But, damn, that cigarette's good. Pretty much, you know, after that, I stopped talking to Fried, Neat, Cowboy, Slater, Crust Socks, whatever. Dumb as Rocks. I still talk to that guy. I love that guy. But, yeah, pretty much, I just stopped talking to them, and I just started talking to Popkill all the time. And everybody gets mad about it. And I don't know. I was just bored with the whole NASCAR guy thing, so I just deleted the Cameron Phlodge SoundCloud, and that's it. So there's my spiel. You can talk now.
Interesting. All right. Well, it's good to hear like the lead up to all that.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, why have you moved away from SoundCloud specifically to Spotify? Is it because of the money or because of the viewer base, or?
It's not because of the money. It's just because I was actually talking to Popkill about this when I started to come back. I asked him, I was like, well, how's the SoundCloud scene? And he just told me it's dead. People don't really listen on SoundCloud anymore. And I've heard the other artists that are from my generation, they just stopped posting on SoundCloud and moved to Spotify. So why not? It's not really about the money. I mean, I make I make pennies on the dollar, but it seems like more Incelcore fans are on Spotify now than SoundCloud, which I don't really like. I mean, I miss the community aspect of things in 2020, but I don't know. That's like bitching about not being in science class in high school. I mean, things change.
Yep, and new websites will spring up eventually to overtake Spotify in time, most likely anyways, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, SoundCloud's dead overall, not just with Incelcore, just with everything, so... yeah, I mean...
Yeah, a lot of the good things that SoundCloud had going for it was the social aspects of it. It was a lot, kind of like the MySpace of the current generation, because there was a lot more, like, sharing and communication that occurred along those lines, but that's more or less dead nowadays on it. It's all just fucking bots trying to shill shit in your comment section now.
So are you completely done with SoundCloud, or maybe if you saw a resurgence, would you ever consider moving back to SoundCloud, or is that just out of the picture at this point?
No, I'm just kind of done with it. I don't know. SoundCloud has been dead for a while. Not even just with Incelcore, just overall music. So
Sure.
I'm done with it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I put Wilbur on there, so I guess if any of the kids, they like Wilbur and they want to, if for some reason my music makes them want to spend $10 a month on Spotify, then hey.
Yeah, is that what your next, is that what Wanker is going to be on? Is it going to be on Spotify only?
Yeah, Spotify only, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So you've said that you like you like writing songs for people, and you've written songs for a lot of people, and then you've also, both in E-CEL and on this other Trad Tars interview that you went on, have mentioned that you would like to be a songwriter in the future. Like, who specifically do you want to write songs for?
I'd like to write country songs for country musicians.
So I know that you're working on a song right now with Watermark, one that you've written for him that will be coming out soon. Obviously Watermark isn't a country musician, are you?
No, it was just a song I wrote for Wanker, and I thought it was too gay for me to sing.
Oh, okay.
So I gave it to him. And it's actually, I won't say his name, but a former Incelcore musician that was on Targeted Individuals. I still talk to occasionally. I actually wrote a song for him. It's one of the songs on that album. I didn't get the credit on Spotify. Whatever. He was talking to me about how he had this girlfriend in another state, and he would fly to go see her. And I wrote a song about it called Pack a Day, and I kind of got it from, how they talk about people that smoke cigarettes, they smoke a pack a day. But it's about wanting to pack a day into an hour, if you will. And yeah, it's pretty much written from his point of view of the things he struggled with in that relationship. But I just thought it was too... I think it's a good song. I just can't do that sappy stuff. I thought it was too sappy of a song.
It's definitely a good play on words for the title. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait for Watermark to put it out, and I think he'll do it well. He's a good artist. He's one of the few modern Incelcore artists I like. So.
Yeah, would you care to talk about that? That's actually the next question is, which Incelcore artists do you enjoy? Like, would you listen to their music?
I love the classic guys. I love Hard Christ. I love Fed Z. Obviously Shooter. I like a few Willow songs.
Nice.
That's about it. I love Dumb as Rocks. I think Dumb as Rocks makes good songs. I don't know. I'm not really an Incelcore fan, to be honest.
Yeah.
I always thought Fed Z was pronounced like Feds.
Yeah, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but
I don't know. I could be wrong
no,
too.
I love that guy, and I think he deserves way more plays than other artists have.
I think he would make a great interview.
Well, did you see that he came back recently with a couple of songs?
Yeah, I saw that. They're good.
Hmm.
I think I can't remember. I think one was a cover, but yeah, he's always been good at music, and he's probably got the best singing voice in all of Incelcore.
Hmm.
And I love Hard Christ. I mean, I know he's got a child and said he's probably over it, but I love Hard Christ. If he ever wanted to come back, I would love that. Hard Christ is an amazing songwriter.
It would be nice if he made some music again.
You've said that you like NegativeXP. I want to get your opinion on a kind of controversial album of his, Gamer 3. Do you have an opinion that you want to share on that?
Oh, that was horse shit. That was fucking terrible. And it made me mad because he's better than that.
Yeah. Why do you think he released that? I mean, it's such a strange, like, deviation from his normal stuff.
I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to piss off the Incelcore fans.
Could be.
I will say I like the song Torpor off that album, but everything else I'm not a very big fan of.
I think most people agree with you on that. I've always heard that, like, I hate
Yeah.
Gamer 3, but I love Torpor, you know?
Yeah, Torpor's a good song.
Well, if you don't really like the scene that much, then what, you've mentioned country, that you like country. What is some of your, like, favorite, like, music, like, in general? What are your musical influences that you would say?
Like Max Martin. I love Max Martin. Early Beatles. Country's a big one. Just stuff like that. I mean, I like bands like The Replacements and Meth Wax and PHF, and I like Neutral Milk Hotel. I like boomer rock too. I mean, I like Led Zeppelin and Ted Nugent and stuff like that. And but also, like I said earlier, I'm influenced by Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You mentioned Tyler earlier. What kind of rap music do you like? In addition to that,
I like 3-6 Mafia,
nice.
stuff like that. Lil White, I like Lil White. Lil Peep's a big influence on my music. Just, I don't know. I like a little bit of everything, I guess. I know that's pretty basic to say, but
Is your interest in country music sort of the reason behind your aesthetic? I mean, it's kind of an interesting aesthetic, a blend of country music with like punk rock and also metal in a sense, like with your, I know everybody in the Camo Hoodlums has the black metal font used for their names. It's kind of an interesting crossover of genres.
yeah, I mean, I like black metal too. My favorite black metal bands are Wagner Odegaard and Concrete Winds. I like Concrete Winds a lot. But Wagner Odegaard is my favorite black metal band. I don't know. I just kind of mixed everything I like.
And it definitely creates a very unique sound and aesthetic.
Yeah, for sure. But talking about your music interests then, I would just like to say on that Trad Tards interview you went on, you gave a very impassioned monologue about your love for music. And you said, this is your words, you have an autistic obsession with it.
Yeah.
How long have you had that obsession with music? And what do you mean by obsession? Like in the sense that you just like listening to music, or you like how it's made and produced?
I just like listening to music. I like songwriting. I like the melodies, the chord progressions. And I don't want to be one of those people that sounds like, well, epic, I'm an artist, but I've just had an obsession with it since I can remember. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to sing Paint Me at Birmingham by Tracy Lawrence and Amarillo Sky by Jason Aldean. I've just always been obsessed with it. I don't know what it is.
Have you ever made any attempts to do this songwriting as like a real job, like besides ghostwriting for Incelcore artists?
No, but I hope that's the start of a long career.
Do you extend your ghostwriting offer to other artists in the scene, like before you make it big?
I'd like to. I mean, if anybody wants me to write a song for them, I'd do it. All I ask for is half of the DistroKid royalties and a credit on the Spotify.
Sounds fair to me.
Absolutely.
Well, I've basically exhausted all of my major questions that I had for you. Nation, do you have anything you want to ask before we wrap this up?
Well, the only real question that I have coming to mind off the top of my head kind of relates back to Camo Hoodlums. It's kind of like a tangent, I know, but I would like to ask, what was the association with Camo Hoodlums and Infectious Jelking?
Infectious Joking, that's Popkill's side project that's done very well.
Oh,
And,
that's actually Popkill doing that then.
yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay.
And the other guy, Arsony, that's one of the guys from Chudmaxxed, and I'm very happy for all these success they've had.
Oh yeah, because like they released a single recently and it blew up.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm really happy for those guys.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm really glad that worked out, and I still talk to all those guys.
Do you have any side projects of your own?
No, I've never done any.
Can we expect at some point a Infectious Jelking and Cameron Phlodge collab?
There kind of already has been. In the early days, since I listened to so much rap music, I would send Popkill sample ideas.
Ah, nice.
That's about as far as that goes. I wanted to ask you guys something. You've both heard it. What do you think of the EP that'll come out on the same day as this interview comes out? So go check it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a great EP. I really liked it. There's the first song is very catchy. I told you my criticisms with it in DMs. The only thing I had to say was that you use some very interesting samples that tie it all together. But one of them seemed like it went on a little long. I wasn't sure.
I chopped that up a little bit before I uploaded it to DistroKid.
I was gonna ask if is it just gonna be the 5 songs, or is there gonna be like another one that's maybe like a in between track?
No, there's the 6 songs.
6 songs.
Also,
6 songs.
So it's 6 tracks in total.
I just changed the samples a little bit. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Was there any uploading issues with like uploading samples of Hank Hill and all that onto Spotify, or is it all just good?
No, it all just went through.
Nice.
Yeah, what was the you open and close with a clip of Hank Hill? Is he like obviously that's like the country aesthetic and stuff. Is that just a funny joke, or reference to the country aesthetic, or is there a deeper meaning maybe in some way?
Well, the idea is it's not really about Hank Hill. It's kind of what I would imagine someone listening to the whole EP all the way through would think. And,
Yeah.
I do like how the samples all tie the music itself together really well, though. That was like one of the things that I really enjoyed about the EP most.
Yeah, I like little samples of audio clips and stuff.
There was one sample closer to the middle. I can't remember which track it came after, but it kind of became more noisy as opposed to like a sample that was like a reference to something. I really liked that because like it kind of put it into the realm of the avant-garde. I've always been a big fan of like noise collage and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like that stuff. I like the pop, and I like the experimental. That's why I like the Velvet Underground, because they kind of collided those two worlds. But yeah.
I did want to ask your opinion on synths. Obviously, Incelcore uses synths. It's like a staple of the genre. I can't remember if your EP has any in it.
Wide Receiver has a synth lead, and on Wilbur, the song Old and Gray has a synth lead, and I was talking to Popkill about it actually recently, about how I'm thinking of buying a synth soon, and I think my next project's going to have a lot of synth leads on it.
Gotcha.
That would be a very interesting development. I would like that a lot.
On Wilbur, Popkill played all the lead guitar because I don't think I'm a very good lead guitarist, but I tried my hand at lead on a few of these songs on Wanker, and I think you can tell the difference when you hear it, because Popkill kind of plays leads differently than I do. But yeah, a few of the songs I play lead, a few of the songs he plays lead. So.
Got it. And which song on this EP do you think is your favorite, or do you like them all the same?
I like Snipes a lot.
And which one is that in the numbering?
That's the third one.
Gotcha. I know you've expressed you were upset. Like I said that I really like the song Organ Donor Blues just because it's like a funny song. Um,
Yeah,
do you what do you think about like joke songs, you know, as a like in general? Because Incelcore is loaded with them. There's a lot of like joke songs that will happen to blow up probably because it just makes people laugh. You know, obviously my entire discography is joke songs. But I was wondering what your opinion is on those. Obviously you've made one, so you must, you know, have some appreciation for them.
I like joke songs. I mean, Dalepilled was a joke song.
Right.
And I just don't like when people act like that's all you have to offer.
Sure. Sure. You don't want to be what you're remembered for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather someone remember me for Orientation or Snipes or Touch of Grass than Dalepilled, but, you know, whatever, it's the cards you're dealt, I guess.
Sure, yeah. I can't choose which what the audience will enjoy, I suppose. And I think a lot of artists actually have that issue. I mean, a lot of the people that we've interviewed, they always express regret at their most popular song, like on their discography. They will say like, "Yeah, I wish that one didn't get popular. I wish it was a different one." Or like, "I hate that song, but it's my most popular one. What am I going to do? I can't take it down." So it's like a common thing.
It's never the one you like.
It's kind of a risk as a songwriter you just kind of gotta gamble on, though, because you never know what people's reactions are going to be at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope not. Organ Donor Blues is the most popular song off Wanker. I would hope it's either Orientation or Snipes or maybe Touch Grass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Touchgrass had a really nice melody to it. I think my favorite guitar riff, though, as far as like the punk sound goes, was the opening track. I felt like that was the best one as far as that sound went. Not necessarily the best melody, but yeah.
Yeah, I like that song a lot. That's Orientation. I like that song a lot.
Yeah. I don't know any of the track names because I only listen to the Vocaroo, so.
Yeah. No, Touch Grass, I wrote that song when I was 18, and when I was talking to Shooter, I was talking to him about recording it, and I only had the first verse and the chorus at the time. And actually, one of the retarded new gens in the E-CEL server, he said a line. He said, "You say time is an illusion. I think it's time to get real." I thought, okay, I could write off that. So I came up with the second verse for Touch Grass, and I think it's an okay little song.
Wow. So you've been sitting on that song for 6 years?
2 years.
2018?
No, when I was 18.
Oh, when
I
you
was
were
talking to
18.
Shooter.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. I thought you said 2018. It's like, jeez.
Yeah.
But
Need a little time to refine.
Yeah, and I wanted Shooter to record it, but I wrote the second verse recently, and I liked how it came out, so maybe it's a good he did.
Is it just real quick? I hate to distract from the EP, but do you know what Shooter's up to right now?
No, I haven't talked to him since April of 2023, I think. So no,
Oh,
I
wow.
have no idea what the guy's up to.
Gotcha. I did want to ask, a lot of people, this is something that I've seen commonly. People will say that Fried knows how to organize an album. Like, they'll say that he always organizes his albums very well. I was wondering if you had any opinions on this, you know, with your EP coming up. It seems like you've organized it in a very specific manner. How do you think albums or EPs should be organized?
I don't know. There should be some kind of overlaying narrative. I don't know about Fried. I haven't listened to anything he's put out since 2020.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know anything about his new music, but I just think there should be some kind of overlaying narrative. So if he's doing that, then I guess he's doing something right.
Well, I was just using that as an example because I've never really thought about it. Again, I don't have much music experience. I'm just a casual listener typically, but people would say that he organizes them very well. And I was just wondering if you like, is it supposed to open with like your best track or something, you know, or
Not the best track. It's supposed to be like a mood kind of. It's supposed to be a standard of the mood, I think. And I don't know if the best track should be the last either. I think it should just be something that kind of ties up the whole idea of what you were doing.
Interesting. And then the last thing about your EP, is I didn't hear, or I don't recall hearing any distortion on it. Are you moving to like a much more clean recording style?
I mean, I thought it was pretty distorted, but hey,
I think he means your
Was it?
vocals specifically.
Right, your vocals are very clean and clear. Then again, like I said, I don't really have an ear for these things. Maybe Nation has better
well, that was
questions
just the vocals on Wilbur were just because I recorded them with a plastic microphone that came with a karaoke set.
Okay.
And before I recorded this EP, I got an SM58, and that's just a better microphone. So
Gotcha.
Right
Okay. That about concludes all of my questions then. Nation, do you have any more?
Yeah, I was kind of curious about your actual recording setup because I remember you mentioning that you use like a Gojira amp sim for your guitar. That's kind of fascinating to think about because you would think that produces a bit more of a metal tone. Does it have like other settings you use with it or something like that?
yeah, there's a lot of weird settings on it, and it's not just Gojira. They had a lot of artists they like on it, and I don't really like Gojira as a band. I just think that amp sim has a lot of good options on it, so that's what I use.
It definitely works well for what you've been creating. So.
And don't you own like 8 guitars or something?
I wouldn't say 8. I think I have a few I've smashed drunkenly. Yeah, I have an acoustic. I have 3 electric guitars I play. The whole EP I used my Ibanez SCR 320 pretty much, except for the lead guitar on Organ Donor Blues. I used my Strat, but I like that Ibanez a lot. It's the most expensive guitar I own. I think it's a good guitar.
Are you like a collector, or have you just bought those in the past for certain sounds that you're going for?
No, I'm not a collector or either that. I don't know. Sometimes I get bored and I buy a guitar.
It's kind of
Gotcha.
a common phenomenon for musicians. It's called gear acquisition syndrome. They just keep getting more and more instruments and they just keep kind of piling up without real explanation as to why or where they keep coming from. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
The longer
I'm not
you
even
do it.
really like a gearhead either. Just sometimes I'll see a guitar in a shop I like and I'll buy it. Kinda.
It's a very intuitive process.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I got the Ibanez, I've had it for about a year. I just noticed every Zoomer band and musician, they play Fenders, and I had a Strat. It was like a Squire, but I just noticed every Zoomer band plays Fenders, and I don't know. I just didn't want to be like everybody else, so I had about $400 saved up, and I went to the guitar store on my birthday, and I got this Ibanez. I played it, and I liked it, so I bought it, and I don't know. I just don't want to be like the Zoomers.
Sure. I was gonna say, with all the instruments that you have you ever played live shows?
I would like to. I just don't have a drummer. If anybody listening to this, you live in Kentucky, Ohio, or West Virginia, you want to play drums for me, just send me a DM on Instagram, I guess.
Well, very cool. Yeah, are there any more questions that you have for us, Cameron Phlodge, before we finish this off?
No.
All right. Well, sweet. Then I want to thank you for coming on. You can go ahead and tell everybody where they can follow you, your socials and stuff, and if you have any projects coming up in the future, besides obviously Wanker, which should be out the day this releases.
You can follow me on Instagram it's just Cameron Phlodge, and I made a new Twitter recently. It's @fuckphlodge. It's more of like a low key thing, but yeah, those are the places you can follow me. And right now, I don't really have any other plans after Wanker. I'm not doing anything else for the year, so that's about it.
Are you planning on coming to Steakfest at all, or have you given that any thought?
I've given it some thought, but I don't know. I mean, everybody keeps asking me. I mean, hey, maybe if someone driving through wants to pick me up, maybe I will. But nothing's concrete yet. It's pretty soon, isn't it? It's November.
Yeah. November 23rd, almost exactly a month from now, or from when we're recording this.
I don't have any plans to, but if anybody driving through West Virginia wants to pick me up and so I can make an appearance, maybe I'll play 1 or 2 songs.
Okay, some Minor Threat covers?
No, probably a George Jones cover. But
Okay. Sweet.
maybe.
All right, very cool, man. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope somebody takes you up on that.
Hello, everybody. This is an insert just letting you know that Cameron Phlodge will be playing at Steakfest, along with, this is the full list that we have right now on October 31st. Maniac, Werewolf Hair, Hallowed, Bessarion, Edgemaster 42, Greens on Toast, and Zarbamba. And of course, Cameron Phlodge, as I said before, all of them are confirmed to be going to Steakfest. They will be playing, so please, I hope everybody attends. You can pre-purchase your tickets, by the way, with the link at the top of the description below.
Sweet, man. Well, yeah, thanks again for coming on, dude. Very cool to get to talk with you finally and hear about your upcoming EP. And I guess we'll all look forward to seeing its release and listening to the sounds on it.
Well, I mean, the pleasure was all yours.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, take care, man. Thanks again.
You have a good evening, Cameron.
All right, you too.
All right. Well, that was our interview with Cameron Phlodge. Very nice to finally get to speak with him one-on-one, sort of, in an interview setting. He's always talking in the E-CEL Discord server. So it's good to finally talk with him. But
It was a very engaging conversation indeed.
yeah, for sure. I thought there was it's interesting that he doesn't want to go into like any of the past stuff because that seems like all the old heads want to talk about is what happened in 2020, you know?
Yeah, it gets old after a while.
Yeah.
So I get the aversion to it.
No, totally. I mean, frankly, it's a little bit refreshing. I've always thought this is funny that he is like, he's very abrasive, but he's also very into, like if you get him talking about music, then he'll just go off on it, you know, like he did on, I don't know. Did you ever end up watching the Trad Tards interview?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, he like totally carried it.
He's very passionate about his art and his music, and I really respect him for that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He's right. A lot of the people who like discover Incelcore or the next big hip thing, you know, they don't really care much about like the roots of where it all came from, but he's definitely a person who does. So he's out of the norm as far as that's concerned, which is a good thing. People should learn from that.
I was gonna say, it seems that you also shared a lot of the opinions that he had on the state of the scene. Is that right?
A lot of them, yeah.
Like you don't like the fan base?
A lot of the newcomers care more for the aesthetic as opposed to like caring for the actual music aspects of it, or they're like edgy just for the sake of, you know, being edgy, and this is kind of dumb, you know.
Sure. Yeah, I can understand that.
The best parts about Incelcore were the fact that people got to get out there and express themselves ultimately in a unique way. They got to evolve past like the internet cringe. Because there is a real like spirit to the art within it as well, you know?
Right. Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people stick around, is because they can sense that there is something here in the music. I mean, I think Cameron basically admitted to that, you know, like it's different than basically any other scene in terms of the culture and also the subject matter of a lot of the songs. I just think it's a little bit masochistic for him to stay here, you know, if he hates it so much. But then again, it's a
masochism for all of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like where else do you go? There's nothing that's even close to this sort of music scene anywhere else online. So I liked his comparison of it being like being born in India and having enough like intelligence to realize like it's a horrible place, but it is like, I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah, when in Rome, do as the Romans.
I suppose so. But anyways, I guess we could go ahead and wrap this up then. If you want to go ahead and shout out any of your socials, your upcoming projects. And I want everybody to know me and Nation made a great collab song recently. Please go listen to it on his profile on SoundCloud.
Yeah, it has a lovely title. It's called Elliot Rogers in Hell Burning an Excrement. Yeah, you can check it out on SoundCloud. At some point, I plan on putting it up on Spotify. We'll discuss details about the plans of the release. I would like to include it on an album concept I had called Can't See the Haters, but that still is in the works right now. As for current things go, I released an album called Football. You can find it on Spotify and SoundCloud. Don't expect it to be on SoundCloud for too long because I only have so much room to upload shit onto SoundCloud. I've quit the program on there because it was a waste of money, so I only have a limited amount of space now. So I'm probably going to be moving more to just releasing on Spotify like everybody else is too.
Well, you could do it like Maniac. Maniac has a second account that's just called Maniac Archive, and that's where he puts all of his extra stuff.
Yeah, I thought about doing that too. That's a lot of work though when I have access to Bandcamp and can just upload anything I need to onto Bandcamp anyways.
Hey, fair enough, you know? And then for me, obviously, and did you shout out your socials?
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on Instagram. I think it's like Raynon on Instagram, and you can find me on Twitter as well, Nation of No One. And you just Google the name, you'll find something eventually.
And then with me, obviously, everybody, you got to follow me on SoundCloud, Ofigs, and also on Twitter as Incelcore fan. Please follow me there. I should have a song hopefully out by the time this interview comes out. If not, then maybe a few days later. Who knows? Depends on how lazy I am feeling. And then you got to follow the podcast. You got to follow it here on YouTube or on Spotify, wherever you're listening to it. You got to follow us on Twitter at E-CEL Network. And make sure you guys check out the Rumble channel in case there's anything we got to cut out. You can see some clips on there. We've also got a guy who's making some clips for us for YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So you can find those on those respective platforms also. And we will be holding Twitter Spaces on Twitter for E-CEL between every interview. So every other Friday, we'll have a Twitter Space. So the week after this interview drops, we'll be holding a Twitter Space. And then you can be sure to join us in there, catch up on, just sort of like casually chat with artists in the scene, some minor news, stuff like that, new releases. We don't record those, so you got to be in there to actually hear what's going on. But aside from that, well, guys, I guess that's it.